You're watching college softball on the SEC Network. The Easton Bama Bash continues here in Tuscaloosa as number 2 Alabama faces off against the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders out of Conference USA. And we welcome you to the booth here at Rhodes alongside my All-American partner, Kate Brooks. I am Gray Robertson. Kira Goldstein will be along in just a moment. I hope you have caught your breath. What a game that just finished a bit ago. Alabama defeating Virginia Tech 2-0. Allie Shipman's 2-run homer the difference.
Absolutely. Shipman was playing so great all day. Her offense was just setting the tone for the entire day, and to come with that clutch 2-run home run, just showing her power and her composure.
Yeah, Shipman, one of those impact transfers, and man, has she made a splash here at the start of the year, Kira.
Absolutely right. She really has made a splash. She got her 3rd home run of her Alabama career today. She had her first one against Southern Utah last weekend, and then yesterday she got her first one at home against Evansville. So something's really working for her at the plate.
Sold out crowd here at Rhodes. They got their money's worth in game 1 of the day. You see the line for Shipman, 2 for 3, a double. One of 3 doubles the Crimson Tide hit against the Hokies. And that 2-run homer in the 2-0 win over number 8 Virginia Tech. And now Alabama faces Middle Tennessee, and they're turning to the redshirt freshman Alex Salter, getting her first home start in her Alabama career.
What you're really going to see from Salter, she stays low 60s. She has rise, drop, and a changeup. And Coach Murphy definitely said that she's sneaky fast, so we're very excited to see that type of speed.
Salter redshirted a season ago. Now getting a chance at Rhodes in the circle. First pitch strike, and off we go. Middle Tennessee 2-6 on the year. Starting off with Amaya Harris. Kelsey Hill, one of their team leaders, batting in the 2 spot. Harris out of McDonough, Georgia. Sophomore, number 74 in the extra elite top 100 for the 2020 class. Hit .438 opening weekend. That average at .381 as she lifts it to center. Good night is there. One gone. And here is the Alabama defense. A different lineup for Patrick Murphy here on game 2 of this Saturday. Johnson out in left, Goodnight in center, Grill in right. There's the infield you see. Shipman behind the plate. Jenna Lord getting her first start in her Alabama career at first. Bloodworth at second, Dowling at short, Prengy over at third. Here is Kelsey Hill. Hill, the junior from Marietta, California. Preseason All-Conference in 2022. She was second-team All-Conference USA in 21. Jeff Breeden, the head coach in Middle Tennessee, has said she is one of those leaders. Very athletic player. She'll make a lot of plays out in center field, too. Fouled off. And Shipman needs a second. Looked like that ricocheted off of her.
You can see this pitch just right off the bat, just a foul tip right into the shin. Definitely feeling it a little bit, but catchers are the toughest people on the field, and something they're used to. And she's right back at it, ready to go.
Good on home plate umpire Shane Jackson to make sure Shipman had a moment to walk it off. Strikeout for Salter, her first in her Alabama career here at Rhodes Stadium. Abby Shoulders, freshman from Lafayette, Tennessee. Three-sport athlete at Macon County High School. 4 years of softball, basketball, a year of soccer. Two of 14 here in the Bama Bash. Lifts that foul. Middle Tennessee has had some exciting games here in Tuscaloosa. They opened with a 4-2 win over Evansville. Last night they had the lead going into the 7th against Virginia Tech, but the Hokies walked it off after an RBI triple with 2 outs and a 2-run homer by Bree Peck. But the Blue Raiders have shown fight against tough competition. Coach Breeden said that dugout should be loud the entire game. Off speed out to center. Goodnight is there. Inning over. 3 up, 3 down for Salter in the circle. Alabama offense coming up when we get back here. Party still rolling on here at Rhodes, off to the bottom of the first. Alabama and Middle Tennessee, and the Blue Raiders are turning to the senior out of Kingwood, Texas, making her first starter of the season, 3rd appearance, Gretchen Mead.
What you're going to see from Mead is that outside curveball as well as a rise ball up in the zone.
And she faces an Alabama lineup that has struggled a bit for average at the plate this weekend, but has gotten the timely hits when it has mattered most. It starts with the leadoff, Jenna Johnson. Johnson was 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout earlier against Virginia Tech. She sets the table for the lineup behind. Goodnight back batting in the 2 spot. First career starts for Jenna Lord and Jordan Stevens in the DP spot. Kat Grill batting 9th, getting the look out in right field. Three out. Kate, we just saw a very emotional win for Alabama over Virginia Tech. How do you get the blood pressure back down for another game just 30 minutes later?
That's part of softball. You know, once one's done, you got to move on to the next. You start prepping, you take some deep breaths, you enjoy the moment, and then you head down, grind for the next game.
Well, Johnson gets a 4-pitch walk to start. We'll see if she tries to take off with Goodnight stepping in. Dallas Goodnight, the freshman, top 5 in the extra inning softball class of 2021 rankings out of Mill Creek High School in Dacula, Georgia. Goodnight struggled against Virginia Tech on Friday, was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Was in the flex spot against the Hokies earlier. Made that spectacular play in center field to gun down a runner at home. Slap and run, Johnson off to second, easy stolen base for the Alabama leadoff hitter. 1-1. Goodnight lays it down foul. Alabama a combined 2 for 11 in the 2 Virginia Tech games with runners in scoring position, but both hits were memorable. In game 1, it was Abby Dorr's RBI single. Game 2, it was Allie Shipman's 2-run homer. Trying to get that situational average up here against Middle Tennessee as you see Shipman on deck.
What you see Meade here right now, she's trying to establish her zone and get her pitches zoned in, and right now is the time to feel out what the umpire is calling, what's working for her, and just really attack the zone.
To left, this has some carry, but Sargent makes the catch on the run for out number 1. So Dallas Goodnight retired. As we take a look at the Hall of Famer, Patrick Murphy, 24th season as the head man in Tuscaloosa, won that national championship 10 years ago. Leader of the only program to advance to every round of super regionals that has ever existed. Allie Shipman takes ball 1. Let's check in with Kara.
Yeah, you mentioned Coach Murphy. He was inducted into the 2022 Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. He's the first coach from softball to be inducted, and he said when he got the call, he actually thought that the call was about Haley McClenny. He had no idea it was about him, but he feels honored to be included, and he said that the first person who texted him when it was announced was Eli Gold. So a really exciting moment for him. I'm just really happy that he's getting that honor.
Thank you, Kira. Yeah, that banquet on May 7th, Patrick Murphy will have a game earlier that day against Missouri, and then off to Birmingham to be inducted into the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame class of 2022, along with Jake Peavy, Phillip Rivers. Great class this year. Shipman to short. Tag applied, the throw to first, in time, double play. The Blue Raiders defense gets it done, and we head to the second.
There's a lot of softball to watch.
We've seen great finishes. We've seen clutch pitching, big-time hits, upsets, everything you could want if you're a softball fan. Truly does not get better than the start to the 2022 season as we take a look at Mackenzie Hutchinson, sophomore out of Lakewood, California. Right back to Salter, catch made.
Salter, nice grab up the middle, saving that play.
That gets over her head. Who knows what happens? Laura Mueller, she had the double play in the last inning, takes strike 1. Freshman out of Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Another one of those players that Coach Breeden said has such a bright future in this Middle Tennessee program. Looking for her first hit of the Bama Bash, did have an RBI against Evansville. And that's past Tao, or I should say Lord, out to right. First hit of the ball game for the Blue Raiders. Runner on with one out.
Mueller does such a great job going with that outside pitch from Salter, keeping her hands in front of her and just extending through that, right through the 3-4 hole.
So Mueller aboard. Now here's another very talented freshman, Claire Tchaikovsky out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hometown girl playing for the Blue Raiders. Tchaikovsky really solidified her spot in the lineup with a .455 opening weekend out west. Does have a hit in both games here this weekend. Lays down a nice bunt. Prangy, the throw, not in time.
Tchaikovsky does such a great job getting her bat out in front and getting that bunt down. That is her sole job on that pitch, is to protect her runner, move her runner over, and even a benefit to get on first as well. Little speed there.
So a chance for Middle Tennessee early in this game against Alabama. Lonnie Rodriguez. She shows bunt, it's another good one. Shipman makes the throw. 2 gone, but 2 in scoring position.
An impressive offense from Middle Tennessee State, really executing what they're being tasked with, and that's one of the hardest things. It seems so simple to get a bunt down, but it is one of the hardest things to do, especially when you have spin from a pitcher like Salter. So getting those down early in the game, establishing the small ball is huge.
And you want to give yourself as many runs as possible if you can. This puts 2 in scoring position. A base hit from Ricchetto will probably score 2 for the Blue Raiders. Coach Breeden said, "We want to shock the world." That is a direct quote from our call this week. As we take a look at Ricchetto, junior from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. 0 for 3 this weekend. Goes after that pitch, 1-1. There is Jeff Breeden, 10th year at Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee played in the Tuscaloosa Regional a couple years ago. Back then, another 27 was pitching for Alabama. That was Alexis Osorio. 3-1. Alex Salter having a little trouble finding the zone here in this AB.
Shipman's doing a great job behind the plate, staying square to those balls in the dirt. That's your goal as a catcher, is to keep the ball in front of you, square your shoulders to the ball. If anything, if it goes down the line, it's still in front and keeps that runner at third back.
3-1. Full count. Middle Tennessee on the weekend, 3 for 15 with runners in scoring position and 1 for 14 with 2 outs. So Blue Raiders have struggled to get the timely hits in bulk. Trying to get one here in the second. Foul again. That one hammered down the left side. Good at bat from Ricchetto.
Definitely an aggressive swinger, which I'd love to see in the box, especially early in the game. Take your hacks, get as much knowledge on the pitcher as you can at bat to at bat.
To first, Lord has it. Inning over. Good chance for Middle Tennessee, but they can't cash in. Alabama coming back to the plate as we head to the bottom. Inside grants you an all-access pass to the Georgia Lady Bulldogs women's basketball program at a special time of 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. Then it's a look at the number 2 ranked Auburn men's basketball team. You'll get never-before-seen footage and sound from players and coaches only right here on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. Hot Sauce just barely pulls ahead of Taco. Wire-to-wire win. Taco looked like she was closing, but Hot Sauce with the finishing speed as we head to the bottom of the second. 4-5-6 due up for the Crimson Tide. Facing Gretchen Mead in the circle. Dowling straight to second, catch made by Rodriguez. Ashley Prengy, Ohio State transfer. First pitch high. Prengy in the Bama bash. 2 of 8, but it was her single in the bottom of the 6th that got the inning started for the Crimson Tide on the way to that Allie Shipman 2-run homer.
You're really going to see Mead staying outside on these hitters with that curveball, as well as her rise ball up in the zone.
(3-0). Mead certainly a much different look from what we just saw in Emma Limley of Virginia Tech.
Absolutely, and it's tough to go from someone who throws so hard to then go to someone who throws a little bit lower 60s. Definitely a different look and something that the Alabama hitters are going to have to adjust towards.
(3-0) in there for a strike. Ninth all-time meeting between these two. Alabama's won the previous 8. Prengy's aboard with the walk. Base runner on for the Crimson Tide. Now Megan Bloodworth, the freshman, still looking for her first hit this weekend, 0 for 6. Number 10 recruit. Going to extra inning softball last year. Georgia Gatorade Player of the Year out of Cordell, Georgia. Crisp County High School. Bloodworth to center. Catch made by Hill. 2 gone. Now Jenna Lord, freshman from Trussville, Alabama, Hewitt-Trussville High School. Another top 20 recruit for Patrick Murphy. Oh for 1 with a walk in her first season with the Crimson Tide.
You really see Mead living on that outside part of the plate. What you're probably going to see from Alabama, toes on the line, going with the pitches. Probably see a lot of balls hit to the right side of the field today.
Lord to center. This could be trouble. Hill can't get there. Prangy stops at third. Lord takes second. 2 on, 2 out for the Crimson Tide here in the second.
You can see that ball just hitting the little shallow there. Tough play to make in center field. Chakowski does a great job keeping that ball in front and forcing the runner to stay at third.
But a great chance for another freshman, Jordan Stevens out of Tampa, Florida. Takes strike 1. Stevens, another top 20 recruit for Patrick Murphy. What a class. 0 for 1 on the season with a run scored. Straight to short. Mueller has it, the throw in time. Inning over. Middle Tennessee gets out of trouble. We've played 2, still scoreless between the Tide and the Blue Raiders. Gosh, what a day. UCLA beats Auburn out of a St. Pete Clearwater Elite Invitational. Notre Dame wins a wild one over LSU. Northwestern keeps the good vibes going. Florida State looks real good. They beat Michigan 2-1, and UCLA currently up on Texas 2-1 off to the bottom of the 4th. There, UCLA softball tweeting 27 minutes ago that Aaliyah Jordan left that game with an apparent leg injury after a base hit to right field. So certainly hope Aaliyah Jordan will be back soon. It's a big-time player for the Bruins this year. A lot of great action out in Clearwater. Good stuff here in Tuscaloosa, too, as Sargent pops it up. Prangy makes the catch, 1 away. Back to the top of the order, Amaya Harris lined out back in the first. Off speed misses, 1-0.
Really excited to see what changes the Middle Tennessee State offense is going to be making against Salter through the second round, seeing her.
And that clips Amaya Harris. Hit by pitch, runner aboard.
Definitely a close one. Looks like it might have clipped the Evo shield ever so slightly. Runner on first.
Kelsey Hill shows bunt. Takes strike 1. Hill struck out back in the first. One of those team leaders for the Blue Raiders. Coach Breeden was really excited to come in and play this tournament. Till lays it down. Sacrifice executed. 2 gone. Let's check in with Kira.
Yeah, when we look at their helmets, you see on the back that they have a DH sticker. That stands for Dean Hayes. He was a track coach for 57 years at MTSU. He passed away in early January. He was a legendary coach for the university. He coached in the 1988 Summer Olympics. And Coach Breeden said about DH that he was beloved at MTSU and a big part of the culture. So they're really proud to honor him with that sticker, and that's going to be seen throughout their entire athletic department.
Yeah, baseball getting in on the act. Softball, really cool. That softball and all those Middle Tennessee athletic teams are honoring a legendary coach in Dean Hayes. Abby Shoulders flew out to center in the first. Runner on second, 2 outs. Back to the circle. Salter has it. Inning over. Still scoreless. Coach, you got us? Bottom of the third, scoreless, Alabama and Middle Tennessee. Pleased to be joined by Jeff Breeden, the head coach of the Blue Raiders. Coach, Gretchen Mead looking good out there. What have you thought of her performance so far? It looks like we've got technical issues. We'll do our best to get Coach Breeden later on. So I'll ask you, Kate. We've seen Gretchen Mead now for 2 innings off to the bottom of the third here. How's she looked for you?
You know, she's definitely throwing a lot of pitches, not necessarily attacking the strike zone as effectively as she can, and that's the adjustment that she's probably going to be making, is bringing those outside pitches in a little bit, hitting that corner, establishing that corner, which is crucial to her game with that curveball.
Well, Mead now faces the 9-hitter Kat Grill. There you see the seniors line. First pitch ball to the Tuscaloosa native out of American Christian Academy, sophomore. Second start of the season for Grill. She's 1 for 3, got the start against New Mexico to close out the Candrea Classic last weekend. Slap to third. The throw is wide. Grill will hightail it to second. That throw is in time. What a play by the Middle Tennessee defense to recover. 1 gone.
You can see that throw is just a little rush. I mean, it has to be because of the speed, just a little too inside and far enough to get it. But what a great play by the first baseman to come back and stay with it and get the out at 2. Also love the aggressive base running as well. You want to capitalize on those errors, and you want to push the limits and see how far you can go and really trying to get to the next base.
Well done by Raquetto. Back to the top of the order. First pitch ball to Jenna Johnson. She walked back in the first. Take strike 1.
What you see Johnson doing right now is reading that defense. The last pitch she showed bunt pulled back, even though it was a strike. She saw the defense might have stayed back a little bit on that bunt attempt, and with her speed, she's able to get down the line. She just drops it down right in front.
You know, we saw Johnson lay one down against Evansville on Friday.
And 2 strikes, her approach changes a bit. She's trying to think down through the ball, poke it through somewhere.
The Middle Tennessee defense has been up to the task. Double play back in the first. Some nice catches on lineouts in the second. And just a moment ago, that nice recovery after the throwing error, which was given to Tchaikovsky. Johnson swings and misses, 2 away.
That was just a beautiful pitch by Mead. That off-speed pitch breaking inside. Tough pitch to hit. And I'd love to see the mix in her pitches a little bit more, getting that confidence on the mound and really going to the other stuff.
Now Dallas Goodnight. She flew out back in the first. Shows bunt. Takes a strike. We're not seeing the efficiency from Mead that we saw from Limley in the earlier game, but that can be almost tougher if you're an offense because you don't really have a chance to get a rhythm against a pitcher that's kind of all over the zone, right, Kate?
Absolutely, and she's a little bit slower, so it's definitely a different pace and a different look for the Alabama offense.
And she fields her position well. 3 up, 3 down. Still scoreless off to the 4th. Well, let's continue the theme of the weekend, shall we? Another pitcher's duel. No score, top 4, Middle Tennessee and Alabama. Alex Salter back out to work in the circle in front of a sold-out road stadium here in Tuscaloosa. Crowd has dissipated a little bit from the earlier group here for the Virginia Tech game, but still a hearty throng of people watching the Alabama Crimson Tide take on the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee. As we take a look at the SEC last year, Arkansas claimed their first SEC regular season title, co-champions with Florida. Montana Fouts, the 6th perfect game in Women's College World Series history against UCLA. And Missouri leading the conference in those categories and brought back 99% of those 342 RBIs this season. So it should be another interesting conference race this year, Kate. Alabama and Florida certainly look good opening weekend, but this is a league that is so deep, and with the schedule the way it is, you could see Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, perhaps Kentucky and Georgia, LSU maybe. Any of those teams could get hot.
Yeah, every single game just raises the RPI. It's a great conference, tough competition, great softball all around.
Texas A&M still undefeated, not pictured there, but Auburn has been maybe the biggest surprise in the conference. They lost earlier today to UCLA, but they beat Texas down in Clearwater behind the 2-headed pitching monster of Maddie Pinta and Shelby Lowe. This one of the years where Alabama and Auburn do not play in conference play. Here's the 1-2 to Mackenzie Hutchinson. She lined out back to Salter in the second. That's to Bloodworth, one gone.
Salter's doing a great job of just being an efficient pitcher, getting early outs, making it look easy for her defense as well.
Facing Mueller. Shortstop has made some nice defensive plays here in this game. She singled back in the second. So all the way around, pretty impressive performance from Laura Mueller. Change up strike, 1-1.
Coach Murphy definitely talks about Salter's changeup, being able to throw it in almost any count she's faced with. And as you can see, that last one, getting that strike early in the count. Back-to-back changeups. I love to see that.
That shows confidence in that pitch. That Stephanie Van Brakel-Protho would call that a second time, and Salter made it work.
And as a hitter, that's tough. You can't predict a back-to-back changeup, and it just slows the game down, and it makes a tough pitch to hit.
Really, you rarely see two changeups in a whole at bat, let alone back-to-back. So
absolutely, and a changeup not only necessary to be a strike, it's just a pitch that you want to throw the timing off for the hitter. It's a setup pitch. You can see she went changeup, rise ball, trying to break it up and in.
Up the chute on the infield. Dowling is there. Two gone. Tchaikovsky fouls off the first pitch. Back-to-back freshman here in the 5-6 spot for the Blue Raiders. Tchaikovsky singled back in the second. That was on that bunt. That was nicely laid down. 1-1. The 1-2. Foul. In there for a called strike three. Alex Salter has strikeout number 2, and she keeps Middle Tennessee at 0. The freshman pitching well. Scoreless in Tuscaloosa off to the bottom of the 4th between Alabama and Middle Tennessee. And now pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Blue Raiders, Jeff Breeden. Coach, Gretchen Mead getting the start for you. What have you thought of her performance thus far?
I thought she's done a real good job. She's got a one-hitter going right now, and she's handling pretty well. If she continues to, mix in her changeup, mix her pitches up, she'll be fine.
Absolutely. And what changes are you guys making as you're seeing Salter in your second and third time around the lineup?
We're trying just to attack pitches early in the count. So if we can find a strike early in the count, we're doing that. And, hopefully she'll not get her changeup going as good as she's got it going right now. We can get a runner to second base and get a timely hit.
Awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's check in with Kira real quick.
Yeah, I'm holding Middle Tennessee State's Or. They read a book as a team over the summer written by John Gordon and PJ Fleck. And basically it was just a way for them to really hone in on their core values. So they have some that they selected as a team. They wrote them here. It says believe, ownership, connection, consistency, inclusion, hope, and love. And it's really just a way for them to come together as a family. So this is the Or that they keep in the dugout. They use it to hype up their girls and keep the energy high going throughout the game.
Thank you, Kira. Yeah, row the boat. That's what the Blue Raiders try and do. You'll see that Or around the dugout for Middle Tennessee. Coach Breeden, as we talked about earlier, said this is a team that wants to shock the world, and they're going to have fun no matter what the game looks like. He wants people to leave games saying that team had fun and fought hard. And we're seeing that here in this game. Two-0 count to Allie Shipman. She hit into a double play back in the first. To third, Tchaikovsky's throw in time.
Definitely ready to see what adjustments Alabama is going to make in their second and third times through the lineup on offense.
See what Bailey Dowling does. She lined out to second in the second. Alabama, as Coach Breeden said, just one hit thus far against Gretchen Mead. And for Dowling, it's been a bit of a slow start here in 2022, just 3 of 19 to begin the year. 0 for 3 earlier against Virginia Tech.
I think one of the biggest differences between Virginia Tech's on the mound versus the Blue Raiders out here is the patience that they are forcing Alabama to have, right? Lemley threw so many first pitch, second, and third pitch strikes versus Mead, who's really mixing it up, forcing the Alabama offense to be more patient and attack the pitches that are there and be ready for those.
As we talked about, in terms of pitch count, the strike efficiency not really there from Mead, but she's keeping this offense off balance and really haven't seen Alabama square one up quite yet. More balls and strikes. It's worked out for Mead thus far. There is a 4-pitch walk to Dowling, 1 on. Our Thursday night women's basketball doubleheader on the SEC Network will feature this matchup. Number 1 South Carolina heads to College Station to face Gary Blair's Texas A&M Aggies at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. This is one you don't want to miss. Big day tomorrow for South Carolina women's basketball. They face Tennessee on ABC. College Game Day will be there. And Sunday night, we've got primetime softball on ESPN, UCLA, Florida State. Big time weekend for women's college sports. Ashley Prangy walked back in the second. Alabama trying to get the offense going. Good pitch from Meade, 1-1.
You see Meade, she's really been struggling to find that outside strike. She's been really pushing the boundaries, and if she can really hone in and continue to repeat that last pitch in that spot, it's going to make her even more effective throughout the rest of the game.
There's the pitching coach for the Blue Raiders, and you know Meade might go to that changeup at some point. That hits Prangy, and she will head to first, 2 on.
Casey clipped the back ankle right there, and she's right on her way over to first.
Two on, 1 out. Out comes that pitching coach, Tony Fouti. Should say Foti for the Blue Raiders.
He's just telling his team, you know, calm down, we're good, trust your stuff. You have 1 out and a force at second and third. You have some opportunities over here to make some outs.
Well, Meade has seen Alabama put pressure on her before in this game, but the Blue Raiders defense has backed her up. Alabama just 1 for 5 with runners on, 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Megan Bloodworth will try and change things. She hit one sharply to center. That was caught by Hill back in the second. Let's check in with Kara.
Yeah, you see Megan Bloodworth up at the plate. Another notable number 33 is Claire Jenkins. She reached out to Coach Murphy and said, hey, give me all the numbers for the freshmen. She reached out to each of them individually. She texted them. She said, hey, it's going to be great. Just enjoy. I've been there. I remember the feeling. And she just wanted them to know that they have support. So I guess that team love never really goes away, does it?
Not at all. Number 33 has been a popular number in Alabama softball history. Jenkins, one of the team leaders the last couple seasons. There's Jackie Trana, national championship winning pitcher in 2012. Megan Bloodworth got off to a great start in that number. Out in Tucson, hitting 600 with that grand slam in her first career at bat for the Crimson Tide. Takes the walk there. That's the first walk from Megan Bloodworth this year, bases loaded.
Looks like they're about to make a change here, and Meade's definitely struggling a little bit with control throughout the entirety of the game thus far.
We will step aside. New pitcher coming in. Bases loaded jam for Middle Tennessee, so head coach Jeff Breeden makes a change in the circle. It's a sophomore from Snellville, Georgia, Danielle Tate.
What you're going to see from Tate is her really keep the ball down with that drop ball as well as a curveball on the outside. Similar to Meade, I think with a little bit more speed. So let's see how she handles this situation with runners on all bases and less than 2 outs.
First appearance this year for Tate facing Jenna Lord. First pitch low for ball 1. Gretchen Meade, solid performance. 3 1/3, a hit. 4 walks, 1 strikeout. We were talking at the break. She was effectively wild early, but lost the effectiveness here in this 4th inning.
And as a hitter, that's really tough when you only get 1 or 2 good pitches in an at-bat to attack, you have to be ready for that. And I think that's what made Meade so effective in the first 3 innings. Let's see if Tate is able to shut it down and get it done.
Gets the strike there on Jenna Lord. Jenna Lord, the only base hit for the Crimson Tide thus far. That was a single back in the second. Crowd giving her some encouragement. Well hit to right. Harris on the run, catch made. Dowling will tag up. And Jenna Lord drives in the first run of the ball game with a sacrifice fly.
That's a great piece of hitting from Lord right there. She knows her approach is to get the ball either in the air, deep to the outfield, or through the infield on a hard ground ball. She really went with that pitch, lifted it, and enabled her runner at third to score. And a quick transfer in, making it only 1 runner that advances.
Strike 1 to Jordan Stevens. Danielle Tate trying to work out of it. Stevens grounded out back in the second and now quickly behind 0-2. Two gone here in the frame. Swing and a miss. Tate gets the strikeout. And Middle Tennessee limits the damage to 1. Danielle Tate out of the pen. Comes in and gets 2 outs. But Alabama leads it. This Alabama team certainly hopes to be there.
Ever since then, that's when the SEC really just exploded since that national championship. And it just shows how a great winning team brings in great recruits from then on out.
Yeah, the SEC, the deepest conference the last couple years. We talked about it earlier with the ACC. It was Florida State winning the title that really opened the door for everybody in the conference to get better. Same happened when Alabama won that title in 2012. Florida won back-to-back a couple years later. Both the Tide and the Gators should be contenders this year. A couple other SEC schools will probably be in the mix once we get on the road to the Women's College World Series. Fouled off by Lonnie Rodriguez. Rodriguez laid down a nice sacrifice back in the second. Middle Tennessee just down a run, but hanging around here in the 5th. Two. Pass Prangy, pass Dowling, and a base hit. Leadoff runner on for the Blue Raiders. 3rd hit of the ball game for Middle Tennessee. Now Kaylee Raquetto, she had a chance back in the second with a runner on second and a runner on third, but grounded out.
You could see the corners know what Middle Tennessee State is doing. They're already in because they know, their game is small ball. When the runner gets on first, textbook softball, move the runner over, using a bunt, and getting her in scoring position, especially with less than 2 outs.
We've seen the Blue Raiders try and execute. Another good one from Raquetto. Alabama defends it well, but the runner moves to second with 1 out.
Just quite impressive as a team to get so many bunts executed. That's one thing that I remember we always worked on. We would do a 1-minute bunt drill, trying to get as many bunts in 1 minute, and just for them to be so effective with their bunt game and small ball, it really expands their offense and gets runners in scoring position faster.
Somebody coming out of the dugout for Middle Tennessee. It'll be a pinch hitter. Number 14, Mia Marinakis. Also a pinch runner coming in. Savannah Freeman, so Coach Breeden recognizes the chance here, wants to give his team the best opportunity he can to try and tie this game up.
You can see Rodriguez telling Marinakis, a little scouting report, giving her some knowledge on what she saw and what she's ready to do. Maybe some notes from Saltaire.
Marinakis, 1 of 5 this year. Takes ball 1. Now as a pitcher, in this situation, you're facing a pinch hitter. One would think you would want to really attack the zone, right?
Absolutely. They haven't seen you yet, so you kind of have an advantage right now as a pitcher. And, Saltaire's doing a great job of really attacking the zone, and she's going to come right back, as she just did, and really, make sure her stuff is working. Ultimately, as a pitcher, your goal is to trust your every single pitch. You have to have faith in your pitch. If you don't have confidence in every single pitch, then you're not going to be as effective as you want to be.
I think there is a big credit to Stephanie Van Brakel Prothro. I've been very impressed with the timing of the changeups we have seen from Salter here in this game.
Absolutely, especially mixing that drop ball. It's a little bit more off speed for Salter, so she's really utilizing different speeds, and to have multiple speeds as a pitcher is extremely effective, especially when the hitter, 1 mile an hour can make the biggest difference, especially with Salter. She has a couple different speeds in her repertoire.
Marinakis ahead 3-1. The changeup worked, but the other pitches missing the zone for Salter. Top of the order coming up next. Full count. Nice job by Marinakis waiting on the off speed.
Especially as a hitter, you can get a little confidence knowing, if you watch Alabama, you know that their pitchers are not high in their walks, and you can have confidence that that pitch is probably going to be there, so might as well be aggressive and attack all the pitches because you know they're going to be around the zone.
Just 4 walks surrendered by Alabama pitching here this year. Another payoff, another foul. And you can really hear the Middle Tennessee dugout getting in on the action.
The runner in scoring position, they are amped, ready to move her over and score her.
I'm sure that oar at the ready somewhere there in the dugout. Popped up. Shipman cannot get there. Another 3-2. Got a piece. Out comes the pitching coach, Stephanie Van Brakel Prothro, ahead of the 9th pitch of this at-bat. Marinakis proving to be a pesky pinch hitter for Alex Salter. And there's Montana Fouts over in the Alabama bullpen. She got the win last night against Virginia Tech. A 3-hit shutout with no walks and 11 strikeouts. Kilfoyle got the win earlier today, so you would think she would not come in to pitch, but Jayla Torrance probably also available for Patrick Murphy if need be. Freeman, the pinch runner at second. 1 out, full count to Mia Marinakis, the pinch hitter. To right. Catch made, Freeman on the run. And the pinch runner moves to third, 2 gone.
Marinakis does a great job of getting the ball in the air to the right side. With the runner on second, your approach is to move the runner, especially with 1 out as she had. And so that's exactly what she did. She hit that foul, that long right field pop-up and moved the runner over.
Doing so for the top of the order. Amaya Harris. And out comes Patrick Murphy, pointing something out to our home plate umpire, Shane Jackson, and now everyone chats. I think he was asking if Freeman left early. Umps say she did not, so runner on third, 2 outs for Harris. And now Patrick Murphy signaling to the bullpen. Here comes Fouts. Salter's day.
Single at bat. And throwing high 60s, low 70s. She's extremely effective from a speed perspective.
Senior from Grayson, Kentucky, co-SEC Pitcher of the Year last year. NFCA All-American twice, including first teamer a season ago, was also the NFCA Pitcher of the Year. See the numbers this season, 2-0, a .5 ERA, and maybe most impressively, 25 strikeouts, 0 walks. She comes in for Alex Salter, the redshirt freshman. Got through the lineup 2 times, went 4 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. And now Fouts is in for this critical situation. Runner at third, 2 outs, 1-0 Alabama. Here in the top of the 5th. Amaya Harris, the leadoff at the plate. Straight heat for strike 1. And what a different look, Kate, considering Salter about 60 to 62. Fouts rolling in with 70 on the first pitch.
Absolutely. Not only that, but having a completely different spin on her pitches. You're going to see Fouts move a little bit more up in the zone compared to Salter, as well as with that speed as a hitter. With 2 outs and 2 strikes, you're looking to shorten up, protect the zone, and try and get on top of the ball when you're hitting.
Coach Breeden said, facing Montana Fouts, would help his team get ready for conference play. Here's a chance to maybe get a base hit off of Founts and even this game. Harris stays alive. This is a good at-bat against the All-American.
Middle Tennessee State can lay off Fouts' rise ball. It makes it a little bit easier to focus down in the zone and attack those pitches.
Two-two. And every time Harris has taken a ball or made contact on a foul, the Blue Raiders dugout has erupted. There's the Orr. Just missed, full count.
Definitely a close one, and you can tell the Alabama fans are not happy about that last pitch being called a ball.
Payoff to third. Prangy's got it in time. Side retired. Fouts comes in and gets the out. We head to the bottom. Alabama 1-0 over Middle Tennessee here at the Easton Bama Bash on a beautiful Saturday evening in Tuscaloosa. Glad you're back with us here at Rhodes. Gray Robertson, my All-American partner, Kate Brooks. Kate, a lot of credit to the Blue Raiders. They have hung around and made life really difficult for the Crimson Tide here in this game.
Absolutely. I mean, earlier the Crimson Tide saw such high velocity pitching, and now with the Blue Raiders, they're seeing a little bit slower pitching, mixing it up a little bit more, completely different pitching style, and they're making adjustments. And they have one run on the board, and hopefully they'll break it out a little more.
Yeah, Alabama will try and get it going here in the bottom of the fifth. One hit for the Tide. The run came on a sac fly by Jenna Lord. Salter got the start. Founts just came in the previous half inning. Middle Tennessee has had some chances, but Alabama pitching has gotten out of it. Second pitcher of the ball game in for Middle Tennessee. It's Danielle Tate. She came in the last frame. Got a strikeout to end the inning against Jordan Stevens. Now facing Kat Grill, who reached on an error back in the third. And these teams will meet again tomorrow. We'll have the coverage for you at 1:30 Central Time. Big weekend in Tuscaloosa for the Diamond Sports. Alabama unbeaten at home here in the Bama Bash. Baseball walked off Xavier on Friday. Today beat the Musketeers 5-4. So far so good for the Crimson Tide. Full count. Foul. Talked with Patrick Murphy this week. He said opening weekend did not provide the clarity he had hoped in the right field position. Savannah Woodard started a couple games. Kat Grill started one against New Mexico. So a good chance for Grill here to maybe make a stronger case for that right field spot. Back up the middle, stopped by Rodriguez, throw not in time, And there you go, Cat Grill. Lead-off single here in the bottom of the 5th.
Grill does a great job keeping her hands inside the ball on that last hit. You can see right here, hands inside the ball. She hits it up the middle and makes it very difficult for Middle Tennessee State to make that play.
And she turns the lineup over to Jenna Johnson. Johnson, a skyrocket foul. Johnson walked in the first, struck out in the third. Lays it down, foul. Beautiful evening in Tuscaloosa, sun setting off in the distance. Much warmer than last night, that's for sure.
We're definitely going to see Tate keep the ball on the outside part of the plate. Right now, you want that ball to be hit to the right side to set yourself up for a defensive double play, which would be tough with both girls have a lot of speed on the Alabama's offense right now.
Little cue ball. Tate's throw to first, not in time.
And there's that speed we were just talking about. Johnson does a great job laying it out down the line.
Effectively a swinging bunt from Jenna Johnson, and Alabama's got 3 hits in the game, 2 in this inning.
Whatever it takes to move that runner over, exactly what she did, putting herself in a great position and her team in scoring position right now.
Alabama is 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position in this game. Chance for Dallas Goodnight, 0 for 2. She shows bunt. It's foul.
Definitely starting to see the Alabama offense bring in that small ball as well, trying to move their runners into scoring position, both runners into scoring position, and hopefully get another run in.
Yeah, and Dallas Goodnight has the speed to beat one of those out as well. So many tools for the freshman. Shows bunt again, lays it down again. Tate to first, not in time. Goodnight beats it out. Bases loaded.
You see her get that bunt down and just run so fast down the line. Definitely reaches before that ball. Close play, though.
It's as even as it gets, honestly.
They always say the tie goes to the runner.
Jeff Breeden having a conversation about it with Leah Down. So 1 hit for the Crimson Tide in the first 4 innings, and 3 here in the 5th. Got another angle on it.
We'll see a little better here. Oh. Yeah, I have to side with the Blue Raiders on that one. I think they got the out. But now they're ready on to the next one.
Replay is coming to college softball in the postseason and in conference play, but not available here in the non-con, so.
And if it takes us that many times to try and watch it in the moment, tough for umpires to call for sure.
And it sets up Allie Shipman with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Tate's really going to try and work low on Shipman right now after seeing that skyrocket of the up and out rise ball earlier.
Shipman hit into a double play in the first, grounded out back in the fourth, but chance to bust it open. And she pops it over short. Grill scores. Here comes Johnson. A bit of a collision heading to the plate. It doesn't change the outcome as Allie Shipman drives in 2 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Shipman getting nice and extended, taking that low pitch, getting a little bit behind it, and popping it right over the shortstop there. See, there's a little bit of a collision as the umpire calls obstruction on the catcher.
Wouldn't have made a difference. Shipman credited with the 2 RBI double, 4th hit of the inning for Alabama, 3-0 Crimson Tide. And the Blue Raiders making another change in the circle. Kaylee Ahlstrom coming in. We'll tell you about her. Kaylee Ahlstrom in, the 3rd pitcher of the day for the Blue Raiders. First pitch was a ball facing Bailey Dowling, and now 2-0 the count from the lefty, the senior from Prior Lake, Minnesota.
Coach Breeden talked about Ahlstrom, letting us know that she's a relief pitcher, comes in at the end of the games normally, and that this is her role. This is what she's made for and ready for.
Facing Dowling to start. Quickly a 3-0 count on the sophomore who lined out in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th. 4 straight hits for the Crimson Tide.
Looks like the first lefty the Crimson Tide is facing this weekend.
The lefty fires in a strike there, 3-1. Yeah, different look from Ahlstrom. Alabama has seen great pitching, but you're right, not much from the left side. There's a walk from Dowling. Bases loaded once again with nobody out. Pinch runner coming in for the Crimson Tide. It's a sophomore, McKay Gidley, out of Tuscaloosa, Shelton State transfer. She's got Dowling. Goodnight at 3rd, Shipman at 2nd after the 2 RBI double. Now Gidley at 1st for Ashley Prangy. Prangy, no official at-bats. Walked in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch in the 4th. On the left side, ricochets off the light pole. I'll tell you what though, Kate, it took a second for these Alabama bats to get rolling. Just 1 hit in the first 4 frames, but the Tide starting to see it a little better here in the 5th.
Absolutely, and also, you know, putting a lot of pressure on MTSU throughout the entirety of this inning.
Yeah, still nobody out. Two 2-1. And that hits Prangy. RBI hit by pitch. 4-0 Crimson Tide.
Looks like Ahlstrom's curveball got a little bit away from her, bled a little too far in on the inside there.
And of note, Megan Bloodworth stepping in. She would represent the game-ending run. The run rule would be in effect. And Bloodworth already has a grand slam this year. The freshman lined out in the second, walked in the fourth. Still nobody out for the Crimson Tide here in the fifth.
That's that curveball you're going to see. She throws it on the outside more as a backdoor into a righty, and then also a traditional curveball more in the inner corner to a right-handed hitter.
Ahlstrom in a dicey situation for the Blue Raiders.
You can see her take that deep breath, collect herself, turn around, ready for the next pitch.
2-1 to Bloodworth. Popped foul. Bloodworth to left. Catch made by Sargent. Here comes Shipman. Sac fly Alabama, 5-0.
Bloodworth does a great job hitting that ball far, enabling her runner at third to score.
Four runs in the frame for the Crimson Tide. Now Jenna Lord, she's got a hit today, single in the second. She also has an RBI, sac fly in the fourth. And Lord still represents the game-ending run. The run rule in college softball, 8 runs or more after 5 innings. Popped up. Raquetto is there for out number 2.
You see Ahlstrom start to get her tempo, a little bit of mojo back in it and get those last 2 outs.
Jordan Stevens 0 for 2. Ground out in the second, strikeout in the fourth. First pitch in there for a strike, and you're right, Kate. Ahlstrom looks much more comfortable right now.
It's tough stepping in with bases loaded, trying to establish your zone. You don't have as much freedom with the no bases open. So she's really taking this time, every pitch getting better and trying to really establish herself on the mound and get comfortable there.
Two 2-1. Jordan Stevens, another one of those very talented freshmen for the Crimson Tide, getting a chance here against Middle Tennessee, starting at the DP spot. Hammers that to left. Jordan Stevens off the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Prangy. And Stevens has the 2 RBI double. Alabama leads it 7-0, and the freshman is fired up.
You see her just take that curveball inside, lift it, almost hits it over. You can see Sargent really trying to get that ball in as fast as she can.
I think everybody in this park thought that was gone. First career RBIs for Jordan Stevens. First career hit. First career extra base hit. Big time milestone for the freshman, and now she represents the game-ending run over at second base. Alabama's batted around. Kat Grill up.
Have that be your first hit. Kind of awesome at this stadium with this crowd and just the energy that brings every single game. Super fun environment to be in.
And she's got good speed, too. Grill singled and scored earlier in the inning. 2-1. Outside. The Blue Raiders do have another game tonight. They will face Evansville in the final contest of day 2 at Easton Bama Bash. Full count. Foul. A lot of action for the light pole here in this inning.
You can definitely see Grill up in the box trying to get in front of that pitch. It's a little bit slower than what they're used to and takes that walk down the line.
So Grill is aboard. Here comes Jenna Johnson. Earlier in the inning, Johnson singled and scored, put up a 1-for-2 day. And most likely with a base hit out of the infield, she could wrap this game up. Foul down the right side.
Yeah, you'll notice she's ready to hit. I mean, all the Alabama hitters are being super aggressive all day throughout their lineup, and you see she's just aggressive at the plate, wanting to hit that ball hard somewhere.
And situationally much improved from earlier. Now 3 of 8 with runners in scoring position is Alabama. 1-1. Two and one.
Haven't seen too much off speed from Ahlstrom, but nice that she established that pitch right there.
Ahlstrom now tasked with keeping the game going. 3-1. Ball 4. Bases loaded, 2 outs. For the 2-hitter, Dallas Goodnight. Goodnight is 1 for 3. Fly out in the first. Ground out in the third, singled and scored earlier in the inning. The game-ending run is Stevens at third, Grill is at second, Johnson at first. Kaylee Ahlstrom trying to get us to a 6th. Strike 1.
You can see Goodnight lay off that first pitch, trying to watch as many as she can.
Cued to third, and the play is not made by Tchaikovsky. Probably not the way she thought it would end, but Dallas Goodnight does indeed say goodnight, and Alabama wins at 8-0 in 5.
See, that ball has a lot of spin on it, tough to handle, and just thinking ahead, you always want to go ball first and then make your play.
Well, Kate, what a big day it was. Your thoughts on both games that we saw here at Rhodes this afternoon and this evening?
I thought the first game was just a great pitching matchup between Lemley and then the second game really just broke it open in the bottom of the 5th here. What a great job by the Alabama offense. They really lit it on fire the second game and showed what they have to offer.
Number 2 stays unbeaten, beating Middle Tennessee 8-0. For Kate Brooks, Kira Goldstein, and our entire crew, we've had such a good show here today, and we're being joined by Allie Shipman. Speaking of good days, Allie Shipman, the hero from Game 1 earlier against Virginia Tech. Allie, congratulations on the wins. What did that moment mean to you? Coming here, this is your first year at Alabama after transferring from Tennessee. What did that moment, hitting that home run against the Hokies, mean to you?
It was just incredible. So much fun going out there. And I love this group of girls. I love this team. And I really couldn't do it out with my teammates. So I'm just glad I have them behind me. And I just wanted to do it for them, really.
And what mindset do you have today at the plate as you've been so aggressive and so successful? What's been your mindset throughout the series this weekend?
Really just being aggressive. That's just my whole plan up there. Go up and attack, and good things happen.
How important was it to back up Lexi Kilfoyle in that first game after she pitched such a gem for you?
She's awesome. We love Lexi, and we know that she's going to go out and give her all for us, so we just want to back her up and get her the win.
One more day, Allie. What's the team's mindset coming in to close out the East Alabama Bash in style?
Get another win. That's the mindset.
Simple enough. Thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
Alabama sweeps the day, sweeps the East Alabama Bash thus far. One more day to go here in Tuscaloosa. For Kate Brooks, Kira Goldstein, and our entire crew, I'm Gray Robertson saying so long from Tuscaloosa, where our final score is Alabama 8, Middle Tennessee 0 in 5. Join us tomorrow for more softball action in the Bama Bash. Middle Tennessee and Alabama facing each other again at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. Thanks for joining us. This has been a presentation of the SEC ESPN Network. See you tomorrow.